Do it, sir.
I say, we're not at Dover yet, are we?
No, sir, but there's a message for you, sir, in the wireless room.
I'll be right there.
Over in 15 minutes. 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 Over in 15 minutes.
Bless my soul, I must have dropped off right in the midst of our most interesting conversation. My dear young lady, what must you think of me?
Oh, please. I knew you were tired, so I kept very quiet. I wouldn't have awakened you for the world.
You're very kind.
Oh, you were telling me about your roses.
Yes, my roses, my beautiful roses. I'm proud of my roses, sinfully proud. Oh, yes, we must be getting into Dover. Well, bless my soul. Yes, indeed.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon. Yes. There are the White Cliffs.
You know, I've been dreading this moment.
Why now?
Well, you see, I have some exposed film in my camera, and they might make me open it. The customs, I mean. I should so hate to lose my little pictures.
Oh, dear, that's too bad.
I wonder, it would be a great favor. Would you mind taking care of it for me? Till we get through the customs, I mean.
Well, I don't quite know.
If you'll just say it's yours. Being a clergyman, you're not subject to such rigid inspection.
All right. Just a harmless little deception, eh? All right, my dear, all right. Oh, dear, it nearly fell overboard.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
Are you courier for the Royal Museum?
Right.
Bringing in the Borgia pearl?
That's it. I'll have it out for you in a jiffy.
I say, that's a clever dodge.
Needs to be for this, believe me. There you are. That message, sent to me on the boat. It was a hoax to get me out of my stateroom.
Oh, there you are. I was afraid that...
My dear, they didn't even question me.
Oh, how could I ever think?
Don't try. Just send me one of your photographs, will you?
I'll be happy to. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Why, Giles.
Come on, get in.
many times must I caution you, my sweet, not to speak until doors are shut?
I'm sorry. I didn't expect you to meet me.
Oh, I couldn't deny myself that pleasure. Naomi, you're more beautiful than ever.
I'm glad to be back.
Yes, and we're glad to have you back.
We?
Oh, an old friend of yours turned up quite unexpectedly. He's been asking for you.
Who's that?
I found him prowling round your room, making wistful little noises like a dog.
No, it can't be.
Yes, my dear, the creeper.
I'm not going to the flat.
Oh, you'll be quite safe. I have him under lock and key. Now to business. What luck?
See for yourself. I stuffed it with paper to stop it from rattling. It's absolutely the biggest pearl I've ever seen. I don't understand.
You've been had, my dear, properly had.
My dear Conover, forgive me if I take the liberty of returning the Borgia pearl to its lawful owners. Devotedly, S.H.
Sherlock Holmes of Baker Street.
Well, you might tell me what you've been doing.
One thing at a time, old boy. Let me get off this makeup. Oh, I'm as stiff as a varnished eel.
It still doesn't answer my question. What have you been up to?
A little bit of hijacking, old boy. Reach into the inside pocket of that coat that you're about to throw aside. What do you find there?
Pocketbook?
Open it. Take out what you see. Your fingers have now closed on a matter of 50,000 pounds.
What? Can't be real.
Real as death, old fellow. The blood of 20 men upon it, down through the centuries.
Where'd you get it?
From a charming young lady, Naomi Drake. Alias Yvette Tejou, alias Lisa Vanini.
Never heard of her.
No, nor of Giles Conover either, I fancy.
Well, I can't say that I have.
That's the incredible thing about it, Watson. This man pervades Europe like a plague. Yet no one has heard of him. That's what puts him on the pinnacle in the records of crime.
What'd he do?
Everything and nothing. In his whole diabolical career, the police have never been able to pin anything on him. And yet, show me crime without motive, robbery without a clue, murder without a trace, and I'll show you Giles Conover.
But that's amazing, Holmes.
2 years ago, he disappeared from his usual haunts. And I've every reason to believe that he... Oh, here it is. I've every reason to believe that he's back in England again. If I could free society of this sinister creature, I should feel that my own career had reached its summit. Where is that stuff?
Then you think Conover's behind the theft of this pearl?
I was never more sure of anything in my life. Excuse me.
Oh. Thanks, George.
Shh. Listen. Pearl, quick, hide it. Turn out that light.
Why, Mr. Holmes.
My apologies, Lestrade. I was expecting Mr. Giles Conover. Come in, won't you?
Good evening, Dr. Watson.
I take it Scotland Yard has been notified of the theft of the Borgia pearl.
Yes, but...
Give it to him, Watson.
What? Well, I never. That's a fine way to treat the Borgia pearl.
I assure you, Lestrade, I shall not feel safe until this pearl is in the deepest vault of the Royal Regent Museum. telling you, Digby, I should be glad to see the last of your precious pearl.
Well, precious is a feeble word, Holmes. Look at its flawless skin, its matchless symmetry. It's a miracle of beauty.
Miracle of horror.
Steady on now. Isn't that a bit strong?
Is it? Think of its blood-stained history. Think of all the misery it's brought to the poor wretches who laid greedy hands on it. Alexander Borgia died twisted and black with poison. Carlos of Spain became a dribbling madman. A disastrous jewel, Digby. The world would be much better off if it were sunk in the ocean from which it came.
Oh, really, Mr. Holmes, we'd hardly treat a national treasure in such a cavalier fashion. If you'd kindly open the case, Inspector.
Certainly, sir.
There, all snug and safe.
You call that safe? I've told you Giles Conniver's after that pearl. Under the circumstances, wouldn't it be better to place a guard over it?
It has 100 guards over it at this very moment.
Well, my eyes must be failing me. I don't understand. What's to prevent anyone smashing the glass and pinching it?
Would you like to try it, Dr. Watson?
I certainly would.
But don't bother smashing the glass. I'll open it for you. Ah, there. Help yourself. Mr. Digby. Don't be alarmed, Bates. Merely a demonstration. May I have the pearl, Doctor?
What, again?
That allays your fears, I trust, Dr. Watson. If you'll step into my office, gentlemen, I'll explain to you what happened.
Oh, how does the thing work?
Electricity, the high priest of false security.
As you have noticed, gentlemen, we are well protected. Every article in this museum is so placed that its removal creates a contact.
Very ingenious. Tell me, Digby, just where in the building is the control of this ingenious electrical safety device?
The wires are in this room. Naturally, they're not exposed.
Oh, naturally. Well, Watson, I think our usefulness here is ended. Goodbye, Digby.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
It's been most interesting. Thank you very much. Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Goodbye, Doctor. Good day, Inspector.
Good day, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, accidents will happen.
Mum, you're going... Oh, I knew it!
My apologies, Digby.
Oh, no harm done, I assure you.
On the contrary, I'm afraid the greatest harm has been done.
I beg your pardon?
Are all the objects of art in this room connected with your protective system?
Well, most of them. But why?
This Hogarth etching, for instance. Is it connected?
Most certainly. It's a priceless original.
Take it down, will you, Watson?
Not me. Once bitten, twice shy.
Oh, Tosh, I'm not afraid of guards and gongs.
But I don't understand. What's happened? Why don't the gongs ring?
Now, I'll tell you why. Because your whole elaborate system here isn't worth a brass farthing.
But
it all depends on 3 wires. Behind that strip of Chinese embroidery.
Who told you?
You told me yourself. You said the wires weren't exposed. The only unexposed wall space in this room is behind this embroidery. While you were picking up those ornaments, I disconnected these wires. Just to show you how absurdly easy it would be for anyone, far less ingenious and far less resourceful than Giles Conover, to do the same thing. Now, will you listen to me when I tell you to lock that pearl in the deepest, darkest vaults in all England?
Stop, thief! Stop, thief!
Open the door!
gone. It's gone.
A workman took it, sir. Bates is after him. I don't understand. The gongs never rang and the shutters never closed.
No, the wires were disconnected. Thanks to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. A grateful nation owes you a memorial, Mr. Holmes. You demonstrated your cleverness, oh, most brilliantly.
You did put your foot in it, and no mistake, Mr.
Nonsense. How was he to know that anyone...
How? Well, elementary, my dear Watson. By his deductive reasoning, of course.
Oh, shut up, Lestrade.
Deductive reasoning. Giving away the Borgia pearl like a pound of tea.
50,000 pounds. Not tea.
What's this?
The man who wanted to be caught, Mr. Giles Conover.
How are you, Mr. Holmes?
But I don't understand. This is one of our workmen. He's been employed here for weeks. He came highly recommended.
Yes, I've no doubt of it.
Every employee of this museum is scrupulously
My
investigated.
dear Digby, Mr. Conover is a man of infinite resource and precaution.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Just a bare chance that his accomplice, Miss Naomi Drake, might not get away with that pearl on the boat from Ostend to Dover.
Pearl? What pearl?
Who are you getting at? Did you search him, Bates?
Yes, Inspector, but there's not a thing on him.
He might have swallowed it.
No, he hasn't got it. Or he would never have allowed Bates to catch him. While he was running away, did he stop? Did he meet anybody?
Why, yes, sir. As he went around the corner, he bumped into a woman.
Did you get a good look at her?
No, sir. Not good enough.
Ah, that's where you lost your pearl. That woman was an accomplice. Same girl that was on the boat, eh?
Possibly. In any event, may I suggest, Lestrade, that you hold Mr. Conover?
Oh, come now, Mr. Holmes. Haven't you made enough mistakes for one day? There's no crime, you know, in taking a job in a museum. There's no crime in running when you're being chased. Just what am I being held for?
Window breaking? Thank you, Mr. Conover.
Take him away, officer.
How long can you hold him?
Well, you heard what he said. Strictly speaking, we can't.
1 day? 2?
Well, make it 2.
Good.
Good? What's good about it? We don't want him. We want the pearl.
That's just what I'm getting at, Watson. One of two things has happened. Either the woman he bumped into was an accomplice, in which case she has the pearl, or he managed somehow to conceal it in his flight. If he had to stick that pearl in some makeshift hiding place, he'll never rest until his Confederates have it safely in their hands. He'll try to send them a message. We ought to give him every opportunity.
But how?
May I suggest, Lestrade, that he's permitted to have his food sent in from the outside?
Huh? Oh.
Here we are, Inspector. It was just tried just the way Mr. Conover left it.
Oh?
10 to 1, there's a message in there somewhere.
Yes? What makes you so blinking sure there's a message in it?
Because he asked me for a lend of me pencil, that's why, and he promised me a quid if I'd keep me mouth shut.
Oh, he did he? Cunning, ain't he? Well, there's some that's cunninger. He's got the wrong pig by the ears, as Mr. Giles